Hello, this is Ananda. Today is September the 3rd, 2022. I'm in Tallahasse, Florida. I am bringing this video to you today to talk about the Ahwaphui plant, or the cone shampoo ginger or shampoo ginger plant. I came across this yesterday here in Tallahassee. I was at Railroad Square for First Friday, and the day before, my daughter had received a rhizome in the mail, which is the root that this grows from. I've heard of Ahwaphui being in shampoo, but I've never seen the plant before, never in person, touched it, smelled it, or done anything with it. And she brought this rhizome into the house from the mail in a little package, and it said to soak it for 8 to 24 hours. So she was doing that, and then I went to First Friday the next day, and I was in this store, natural hair store, that this lady and her maybe daughters owned, and they were talking to me about various things that they sell, and I was asking her about this particular shampoo that she had and what the ingredients were, and she didn't know because she didn't make it. Then she turned around and she said, but I have this, and it was a very, very large planter with some stems coming up with lots of leaves. Kind of reminds you of a fern, but not quite. I don't have the leaves because she ended up just chopping off the cones really quickly. She said, get as much as you want. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. My daughter is going to be excited because I just happened upon this very serendipitously the next day after it came into the house. So she was talking to me about it, and she said, just squeeze it, and you'll see what happens. And so she let me squeeze one of the plants, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so very watery. It was running down my arms. I had never seen it before. I was like, my goodness. And before I knew it, she just started chopping. And because I asked her, I said, well, do you have a knife? Because I was going to have to leave and come back. And I was with somebody else. And the lady that I was with was like making a face like, hurry up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, do you understand what's happening right now? I got to get this beautiful, magical plant. And she was rushing me. And I said, well, do you have a knife now? She said, yeah. She went and got a knife or scissor or whatever. And I turned around to try to check on my friend. Before I knew it, she had started chopping off the cones. And I love the cone, but it's not fully ripened. As you can see, it's going to turn really, really red, the whole thing. And I thanked her for the cone, but I wanted the plant with the rhizome on the bottom so I could replant it. So she said, come back anytime you want. You can have as much as you want. So I came home and I showed it to my daughter. So let me show you. I've already squeezed a little bit this morning. You can use it for your hair, for your skin. It has medicinal properties to it that are helpful. Flowers growing here, just one here and there, little tiny yellow flowers that are edible. The some part of the plant is edible as well, other than the flowers, and it might be this part. And this is called a cane once it starts to grow, and they grow pretty tall. And the leaves themselves, the whole plant grows about 6 to 8 feet tall. Let's see. I did see some things on cancer and diabetes and some other medical properties, so you have to do a little bit more research because I didn't get all of that. But I also found that the leaves, which I don't have a picture of, can be burned and used for scrapes, abrasions, and cuts on the skin. It's good for the nails, which I said fingernails and skin. So I did wash my face with it this morning, and I rinsed it off. But I think when I put some more on, I'm going to put it on there and just leave it, because you can leave it as a leave-in conditioner for your hair. You can attempt to wash it. You see I have locks, so that's not going to like just flow through my hair like that. So I think I would wash my hair first and then put it on there and leave it as a conditioner. Let's see. The roots or rhizome of it, the rhizome actually produces the roots, and they shoot out, and then the plant grows. The rhizome itself, which I don't have a picture of, if you know what ginger looks like, it looks just like ginger. This is a form of ginger. I don't think that part of the plant is edible, but other parts are. And the rhizome, because it's growing underground, will sustain the winter, and then the next spring, when it starts to regenerate, it will come right back up. And so this beautiful plant here is full of water. If you see me scream, it's because it's lizards. A lot of lizards around here in Tallahassee, which I am not fond of. I have a little bit in here already, but I'll show you. What happens is that you squeeze it, and the water comes out, and it really will produce a lot. And if you don't cut them and leave them in the ground, it will fill back up in a matter of a couple days, and you can squeeze it again and keep reusing it. And I'm like, oh my God. So I have it in a cup now. And it smells so good. It's a hint of ginger with a floral note. And I'm just going to show you that I'm going to use what I just squeezed. It's got a little dirt on it, but I don't care. You could rinse it if you want to. It's a little bit slimy, but you can use it for your skin. I'm going to put it on my arms and leave it. I don't have any cuts or abrasions today, but that's great. Oh, yes, I do. My grandbaby picked up a dead limb the other day, and he came towards me, and the whole thing just broke on my arm, scratched me up. I had a bruise, but it's pretty healed now, but we'll put some right there. And I'll put some more on my face, which I had done earlier, but I washed it off, and my face was really clean. It wasn't sticky or anything, but I think I'll put some more on here. And then in the morning, I'll probably will look about 25 years younger. I'll be almost unrecognizable, huh? We'll see. All right. That's all I have for you today. The beautiful Ahwaphui Shampoo Ginger, or Cone Shampoo Ginger plant. Like I said, it's young right here. Will turn fully red. It's very juicy, and it's just very magical. I hope you find some. It does grow, let me say this, in a shaded spot with moist, rich soil. So don't put it in the sun directly, because that will just burn it up and dry it up. It needs to have the water continue to be generated in here inside the cone, so don't let it dry out. Alrighty, holla back. Hope you find it.